This is a follow-up video for how this blind man resolved a discrimination issue with a host on Airbnb. This is the video where I actually about Airbnb host discrimination. So first of all, yes, if you're new to this channel, this is Blind Man Travels, and I'm on a goal to go to a challenge to go to 12 metros in 12 months. That's my goal. And I am legally blind. My vision is 20 over 200. I do carry a cane. Most of the time, I carry it more as a symbol than I do actively as a tool because I am legally blind. Blindness is a spectrum. So the biggest things to take away from that is that for me, in my personal case, I can see at 20 feet what a person with perfect vision can see from 200 feet away. So if you and I are walking down the street together and you tell me that there's a tree and you're 200 feet away from it, I'm not going to see it at the same detail you saw it 200 feet away until I get up to 20 feet closer to the tree. So again, this channel has no intention of being anywhere where we claim victimhood status here. This channel is about educating other disabled individuals how they can overcome obstacles so that they can actually enjoy and travel freely, as I have been lucky enough to do from my own personal experience. And honestly, I don't like doing videos like this, but sometimes you have to do it. I'd much rather do a video about my 12-inch tuna salad sandwich from Subway, which is my lunch, than I would from doing a video about a disability discrimination. So this is how I use my phone. So as my friends can attest, I can read tech on my phone. I do have to do it a little bit like this, though, so I can make sure that I'm actually reading the phone. So let me go ahead and go through everything here, and I will be looping in the screenshots that I recorded. I have made sure to redact the host's information because I do not condone going after hosts for their ignorance. So first of all, let's go ahead and go to Airbnb. I'm just relooping the same screenshots that I had from before, where the host did discriminate against me. They turned me down right away because I disclosed in my first communication with the host that I am legally blind. So that's actually no question about that. They did turn me down right away. So what I did about that, though, is I did go ahead and go through the tool on the Airbnb site to report the discrimination and the details about the booking for the discrimination. And I did actually have a person who followed up with me after I went through all the prompts on the on the on the app itself. What ended up happening is I actually had the same person follow up with me on my personal email address. So again, let me get that information here. So in the email address, it does say Thank you for telling us about the denied reservation. We take these reports seriously because they help make Airbnb better and more inclusive for everyone. Airbnb exists to create a world where everyone can belong. So that was the first email, and then the follow up email. Let me open this back up here. And that was where the same individual from Airbnb, Tyler, who took the time to respond to me, and based upon the information, he was agreeing with me that the host did discriminate, and they say that they did actually reach out to the host and inform them of the violation and issued a warning and advised that any further violations of our non discrimination policy could lead to suspension or removal. So, again, that's good on them. I don't have any issues with Airbnb, the platform. Let me make that crystal clear right now. My concerns are with some of the Airbnb hosts that may not be aware of disability in general. So, again, I will reiterate that again. I do not want to ever claim victimhood status. That's not what this channel is about. My goal is to create positive experiences. Like I said, I'd much rather do fun food videos or go back and explore some famous historical sites, or in my case, sight not seeing, than I would do a video about discrimination. But it is something that has to be addressed. So, in this case, the Airbnb, the platform, did the right thing. Let me reiterate that. They did the right thing in this particular case. But my concern is with certain hosts. So, in the meantime, I'm still using Airbnb. And in me using Airbnb, this time around, I've been looking at self check in locations most of the time, and I don't disclose that I am legally blind. I don't have any issues going up or down flights of stairs. When I went to Japan, I had to go down a bunch of flights of stairs sometimes in order to get to the public transit system when I went to Japan. That video is linked in the card up there from my travel experiences in Japan. And you'll see that video looping again. But this particular case is I want to raise awareness about host discrimination because it can still happen, unfortunately. There was a situation, a famous situation a few years ago, where a host in North Carolina turned down a prospective customer because of her race and used a bunch of racial slurs and said that this was the South. So my situation wasn't that bad, thankfully. It was just a straight up decline, but Airbnb did the right thing on their end. But how would you resolve this as a disabled person traveling solo freely around the country? How do you address this situation? So I've been using self check in, and I don't disclose, but that could potentially come back to bite me. I don't know. What do you do? I welcome your comments in the comment section below. If you like the type of content that I am creating on a regular basis, you can definitely go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below as well. And also make sure to click on the bell button to make sure that you receive all notifications when I post new content, I promise you that my next content will be more positively related. I don't want to do negative content at all. Sometimes you just have to address the situation, though. So, again, I want your feedback. How would you handle this? If you want to see the original video where I brought up Airbnb host discrimination, click right there. If you want to see something a little bit more positive, you can click on the video where I found a restaurant owned by a blind chef. Again, I'm not sure where they're going to be because I am blind.